Hare Krishna, welcome devotees to the Gita Daily session. So thanks for joining. Today we will be discussing 8.14. So let's pray to the Lord for these blessings. Let's pray to Jagannath, Baldev, Subhadra, Maya, Sudarshan, Lakshmi, Narsimha, Gaurnitai, Panchatattva. Let's pray that by their mercy we shall understand the spiritual topics of Bhagavad Gita. So let's recite the prayers. Om Atnanatimirandasya Atnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah Namam Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhudale Srimade Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Let dedicate a session to His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, Founder Acharya of International Society for Krishna Consciousness, by whose mercy we are able to understand Bhagavad Gita and also able to apply it in a practical way in our day-to-day life. So let's thank Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So today shloka is 8.14. Let's recite the shloka. Ananyacheta satatam yo mam smarati nityasaha tasyaham sulabhapartha nityayuktasya yoginam. Repetition. Ananya chedaha sadadam yo mam smarati nityasaha tasyaham sulabhapartha nityayuktasya yoginam. Translation by Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. For one who always remember me without deviation, I am easy to obtain, O son of Pritha, because of this is constant engagement in devotional service. Word to word meaning Ananya Cheta, without deviation of the mind, Satatam, always. Yeah, anyone who, me, Krishna, Smarati, remembers, Nitya Saha, regularly, Tasya, to him, Aham, I am, Sulabha, very easy to achieve, Partha, O son of Pritha, Nitya, regularly, Yuktasya, engaged, Yogina, for the devotee. So, actually, we are discussing, 8.14, we are continuing the same theme. So, the Lord actually is reiterating the point of how actually one can achieve a success. So when some things are repeated, so it may actually it's often repeated to emphasize the importance of that particular topic. So here actually some of the keywords we can look at. See Ananya Cheta. This also we see in the previous sloka also. Ananya Bhakti, right? So but that means single pointed devotion or without any other motive. Right? Sadadam always. Then Nitya Saha regularly. Right? So like Nitya. So this word three times it is repeated. So three words no with similar meaning. Sadadam, Nityasa, and Nitya. So the Lord actually is emphasizing that we have to practice remembering the Lord always. Smarati. So the previous sloka also the theme was very much similar. So from this we have to understand that these slokas are very very important and very crucial, right? And the Lord actually is emphasizing the importance of always remembering the Lord. So let's get back to the translation. For one who always remembers me without deviation, I am easy to obtain, O son of Pritha, because of his constant engagement in devotional service. So just to try to recap, we are discussing chapter 8 of Bhagavad Gita, where actually the chapter is titled as Attaining the Supreme. So how to attain the Supreme transcendental position, or how to attain the Supreme Lord, or how to actually go back to our original spiritual constitutional position. How can we return to the spiritual world, the topmost of spiritual world, which is Goloka Vrindavan. So this is the aim of devotees who are following the Gaudiya Parampara, Brahma Madhav Gaudiya Parampara. So their destination is the topmost abode of the Lord. And the Lord actually is giving hints in Bhagavad Gita, right? We will see later actually. He says that Natat Bhasha Yado Suryo Na Shashango Na Pavaga Yad Gatva Na Nivartande Tadama Paramamama. So in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna actually doesn't elaborate much, but actually says that no, that place where there is no need of sun or moon, right? Nadat Bhashedo Suryo, na Shashango na Pavaga. Right? There is no sun, right? Yad Gatva na Nivartande, Tadda Ama Paramamama. So once you reach that abode, supreme abode, you will never come back. So like that, Krishna gives hints. But our acharyas have explained from other scriptures like Srimad Bhagavatam and various other scriptures, they have explained the details. Like Brahma Samhita gives a lot of details about the supreme abode of the Lord. right? So from these scriptures and the acharyas have given us the details about the spiritual world, the topmost abode of the Lord. So we have seen that there are different spiritual paths. So based on the path you select, accordingly the different destinations are achieved. Right? It is not necessary that all paths will lead to the same destination. So the aim of those who have boarded this boat, which is now captained by Srila Prabhupada, their destination is the topmost spiritual abode. So if we are interested actually in this topmost destination, then we have to stay connected. We have to remain in the boat. That's all is required actually. We don't have to do anything else. Remaining this boat of association of devotees, and the destination and the success is guaranteed. We should have faith in the captain and follow the instructions. Then I know that sooner or later actually the destination will be achieved. So that faith actually we should have. So let's go actually a little more deep into the today's topic. So we have been discussing, this sloka, like Krishna actually mentions the previous slokas, that how actually the consciousness at the time of death, determines our future destination, right? So we have seen that this birth cycle of birth and death is continuous, right? The jiva actually takes on different bodies according to the desire and the karma, right? And at the time of death, whatever state of consciousness the jiva achieves, that will determine the next life. So, and the consciousness at the time of death will be based on what actually what we practice throughout our life. Right? We have seen that the whole life is like a preparation, and the death is the final exam. So, according to what actually activities we do throughout our life, whatever state of mind or whatever desires we have, whatever karma we perform, all of them culminate actually in the consciousness at the time of death, and according to that, we get the next body. And in the last sloka, we saw the Lord actually is instructing Arjuna that please always remember me and fight Arjuna. So it is also implying that it is not necessary to give up our current position, like whatever responsibilities we have. It is not necessary to give it up. Right? We can execute our responsibilities, but at the same time remember the Lord. Tasmat sarveshu galeshu ma manusmaryadeja mayarpira manobuddhir mame vaishya samshya. So Krishna is guaranteeing asamshaya. Krishna is saying that there should not be any doubt, Arjuna, that actually if you perform this, then actually you can attain me. So today's shloka, the Lord actually is further extending. He's saying that Ananya Cheda Sadatam Yomam Maradinityasaha Tasyaham Sulabhapartha Nityayuktasya Yogina. So what Krishna is saying is that what actually is the result of performing such a devotion to the Lord. Right? Krishna is saying that such a person who performs this devotion always, Ananya Cheda, single pointed attention, is a pure devotee. One who executes pure devotion service, for that person, I am easily attained. Krishna says, Tasyaham Sulabha Partha. To such a person, I am easily. Sulabha means easy, easy to attain Partha. Right? So Krishna is actually guaranteeing or no, is assuring us, all of us, that actually if you follow this path of devotion, pure devotion, then the Lord will be easily attained. So this is the essence of today's topic. Right? So Lord actually is talking about pure devotion. So we have earlier also seen what is pure devotion. Right? Acharyas define pure devotion as Anyavilashita Shunyam, Nana Karmadi Anavritam, Anukulena Krishnanushilanam, Bhakti Ruttama. So, Uttama Bhakti is that Bhakti which is devoid of any other desire. Anyavilashita Shunyam. So, there is no other Abhilasha. But there is one Abhilasha, no, which is to satisfy the Lord or to please the Lord. So, the pure devotee's aim is only to please the Lord. So he is ready to execute anything which actually pleases the Lord. So Arjuna also we'll see that finally after hearing the instruction from the Lord, he actually decides to follow the instructions of the Lord. Right? So Krishna says that I will do as you say. So he surrenders completely to the Lord. So similarly, a pure devotee is fully surrendered to the will of the Lord. Right? And his only desire is to please the Lord. He doesn't have any other desire. So normally we have seen that different kinds of people, four kinds of people come to the Lord, right? Artho, Artharthi, Ditna, Sutnani. So all of these people have some desire, right? So they have some problem to solve, right? Artho, they are distressed. Artharthi, they need money, right? Gnani, they are seeking knowledge, and Jitnasu, they are inquisitive. So these people are approaching the Lord not to please the Lord necessarily. Their desire is they have some personal desire, and they want to achieve it. So this is also devotion, but it is not pure devotion. So that could be a starting point. But then when we continue and when we get association of a pure devotee, then we also will become pure devotees by following their path. So Anyabhilashita Shunyam, Jnana karma dhyanavritam actually is means that pure devotion is doesn't have any mixture. So basically, the devotion initially is not pure. No, it is actually mixed with various things. Like for example, it is karma mishra bhakti. No, karma mishra bhakti is the devotee actually has um, tendency to do fruitive activities. He wants some results, but then also he worships Lord. So it's like karma mishra bhakti. And jnana mishra bhakti means the devotee's desire is to attain knowledge. He becomes happy when he some. There are some people, who are very happy, when they learn something. Right, they want to gain more and more knowledge. So there may be an ego factor actually. They want to be recognized and things like that. So this is like mishra bhakti. But in pure devotion doesn't have any mishra. It's completely pure. So there is no other desire than to satisfy the Lord. Then it is anukuliyana krishnanushilanam. Right? So it is performed in a favorable way. So sometimes, like the demons like Kamsa actually also remembered the Lord always out of fear, right? Because it was predicted that his death will happen in the hands of the Lord. So he was in a negative mood. Kamsa was always remembering the Lord, Krishna consciousness. So this is not the ideal scenario. Ideal scenario is in a favorable way, like our how devotees worship Lord, like Prahlad Maharaj, Dhruv Maharaj, right, other gopis. So all of them actually worship the Lord in a favorable mood. So this is the pure devotion, no, where there is no other desire. So so actually, and also the pure devotees, they don't even desire liberation. So they don't want to go to higher planets. So this karma mishra bhaktas sometimes, they follow the Vedic scriptures and they want to attain a higher position. They want to go to higher planet like Swarga, right? So the pure devotee never desire to go to Swarga, right? And also they don't want even liberation actually. So the liberation we know, right? The freedom from cycle of birth and death. So liberation is a byproduct of bhakti, but liberation is not the goal of bhakti. So the pure devotees of the Lord, their desire is only to serve the Lord, whether they are in this planet or they are in the spiritual planet. They always just want to serve the Lord. So they don't mind whether wherever they are. So they don't necessarily think that they want to free from cycle. So their goal is not to really free from cycle of birth and death, but then their desire is to serve the Lord. So this is a very high platform. It is just for our understanding. At this point of time, like it's very far away for us, but then at least we need to understand what is the ideal expectation. So pure devotee actually he don't even want liberation, right? He's okay if he's not liberated also, but then if he get an opportunity to serve the Lord, he's happy. So this is um the high standard of a pure devotion of pure devotee, right? So we can just understand that and try to follow in the footsteps, of the pure devotees. So, and also we have seen that no devotion service is practical. It is not theoretical. No, it is not that just in the mind you always meditate on the Lord. So to become purified, we have to execute devotion. So the execution of devotion actually is a practical thing, right? So we can do service in various ways. Like we can do preaching, right? We chanting the holy name is also service, right? Helping other devotees, to get and become Krishna conscious is devotional service. Worshipping the Lord, and deity worship, it is devotional service. So practically, it has to be executed. Whatever we cook, right, the food we cook, we offer to the Lord. So this way, devotional service is practical. It is not theoretical. So what actually Lord is saying is that if you follow the instructions of the acharyas, follow the pure devotional path, then the Lord is very easily attained. Otherwise, it is very difficult. We see that the danis and the yogis, they actually take so much of austerities and troubles. Right? It is mentioned like the olden time the yogis in the summer they put fire and then around them, and then they meditate in the middle of the fire. And in the winter actually they dip in the frozen water, and then they meditate on the Lord. So much of severe austerities and penance, the jnanis and yogis take to attain liberation. But actually for a devotee, the Lord is saying that all these austerities are not necessary. When they actually follow the devotional service as prescribed acharyas, then the Lord actually is easily attained for them. And also the Lord actually here emphasized that the bhakti yoga is a simple process actually, right? It's a very simple, pure and easy to perform, right? Basically it starts with the chanting of the holy name, right? And though so if our heart is very simple and pure, then the devotional service is also very pure and simple. But no, if our mind and heart is very complicated, then this bhakti yoga process is very difficult to perform, because actually for everything we look for logic, and we are argumentative, and that kind of mentality, it is difficult actually for to take the path of bhakti. But actually if you're simple hearted and pure hearted or simple hearted, right, or very simple person, Then for such people, it is very easy to take perform bhakti. And it is mentioned the Lord actually, the Lord is generally impartial. No, he is not partial to anyone, but actually specially inclined towards devotees. So that is the special mercy of the Lord. Bhagavad Gita 10.10 says, no, dadami buddhi yogam tam. So even if the devotee lacks something, if he is sincere in his attempt, then the Lord actually from inside he provides a buddhi, right, or he gives the intelligence for the devotee how he actually should make progress in the path of bhakti. So try to see. We have earlier also seen there are five different ways actually. One performs devotion. So one is called the Shanta Bhakti or Shanta Rasa, where actually it's the devotion in neutrality. So this is the early stage, right? The person actually is he doesn't have any special attachment to the Lord, but actually out of faith, actually, he worships the Lord. So there is no any much rasa developed at this stage. So this is a Shanta Rasa or Shanta Bhakti. Then actually there is the Dasya Rasa. Dasya Rasa is serving in the mode of servitude, like as a humble servant of the Lord. Like the example is like Hanuman, right? Then there is a Sakya Rasa as a friend actually. So the Gopas of the Lord, right, in Vrindavan, the friends of Krishna, that Sudama, right, Madhumangala. So they are all actually serving the Lord in the mode of Sakya. And Arjuna is an ideal example of Sakya Rasa. So Arjuna was like a friend to the Lord. Then there is Vatsalya, where actually there is a parental relationship, like Nanda Maharaj and Yashoda, right? How they are actually serving the Lord. Then there is the topmost actually of the rasa is the Madhurya Rasa, Madhurya Bhakti, which actually is the pure conjugal relationship with the gopis had with the Lord. Right? So all of these devotees, they are all pure devotees, and they don't have any personal agenda or no or personal goal to serve the Lord, except that to please the Lord. So these are the five transcendental ways. Okay, so then we will see some more shlokas which are related. So Krishna says in 9.22, Ananyas chintayando mam ye jana pariyupasare tesham nityabhiyuktanam yogakshemam vahamyam. So the Lord actually saying is that he personally takes care of the devotee. No, one actually who is serving Ananya Chinta, one who is serving the Lord without any other desire, right? And he worshipping him, tesham nityabhiyuktanam yogakshemam vahamyam. So Krishna says, I ensure that their yogakshema is ensured. So I carry what they lack and I preserve what they have. So this way the Lord gives assurance. Then in 9.2, Lord says, Rajavidya Rajaguhyam Pavitram Idamuttamam Pratyakshaavagamam Dharmam Susugum Kartamavyam. So here Susugum is very important. Susugum means it's very joyfully performed. So devotional service, when actually one takes up sincerely under the guidance of a spiritual master, it is not a pain or a trouble. No, it is performed in a very joyful mood. Then in Srimad Bhagavatam 11 to 14, Lord says, Tasmad ekena manasa Bhagavan Sattvaram Shrotavya Kirtavyasya cha Dhyeya Pujyasta Nityata. So actually here it's mentioned, therefore with one point at attention, one should constantly hear about, glorify, remember and worship the personality of Godhead, who is the protector of the devotees. And 18.65 Bhagavad Gita, Lord says, Manmana Bhavamad Bhakto Madhyajimam Namaskuru Mame Vaishyasi Satyam Te Pradijane Priyosime. Always think of me, become my devotee, worship me and offer your homage unto me. Thus you will come to me without fail. I promise you this because you are my dear friend. So the Lord actually is giving assurance to Arjuna that actually if you follow this path by constantly remembering the Lord, then it's guaranteed that the person will attain Lord's abode. So we'll see an example of a simple devotee. Like many of you may know about Shabari. So Shabari actually is appearing in Ramayana, and this was in the period of Treta Yuga. So she was actually born into a very low family. Like she was born into a tribal family, did not have any spiritual background. But actually somehow she had an inclination towards spirituality, maybe because of her past life. So she actually leaves the family, and then she goes to the forest. She was in the forest only, like she was a tribal woman, but then she seeks for knowledge, and finally takes shelter of Madanga Rishi, and under her guidance, she was executing the devotional service. And when the Rishi actually told before he died that actually Lord Ram will one day come to meet you, so you have to wait and wait in the forest in your hermitage. So Shabari actually simply followed the instructions of her guru. right? And waited. So many, it's mentioned that many years she waited actually. Every day she thought that no, today Lord Ram is going to come. And she, she cleaned the path to the hermitage. She decorated hermitage and collected fruits. So every day she was, constantly remembering the Lord. When that actually Lord is going to come, and she imagines the Lord will come. I will do this service. I'll offer the, water to drink. I will offer the fruits. So like that, she constantly meditated on Lord Ram, right? And so she performed Ananya Bhakti actually. So she did not have any other desire in her life, only to serve the Lord Ram, and always she remembered Lord Ram every day like this. So finally, when Lord Ram and Lakshman came, no, actually, no, she was able to fulfill her desire, and then she attained perfection actually. So she attained the highest perfection by serving, executing devotional service in this way. So this example tells us that we don't need any great facilities actually to serve the Lord. The Lord can be worshipped with very simple heart, right? And offering whatever we have. Krishna says, no, patram pushpam palam toyam yomi bhaktya prayachati. So you can offer a fruit, leaf, flower. So whatever actually based on our capacity, right? Yada Shakti, we call it Yada Shakti. Whatever actually we are having, according to that capacity, we can offer. So the Lord actually is Bhavagrahi Janardana. He sees what you are offering. So it is mentioned that sometimes, the Lord actually sees what you hold back rather than what you give. So what it means is that so Shabari was very simple. She did not have anything much, right? So whatever she had, she offered, and the Lord became pleased. But it doesn't mean that no, if you have more, right? If we have a lot of rich, lot of wealth, then we should not just try to offer leaf and flower. No, we should offer something more to the Lord. So based on so Lord will see how much you are holding back, right? So and what is your desire or what is there in the heart, right? Or what is your bhava? That is what Lord is seeing actually. So if you have more, we should offer more. If you have less, then we can offer less. So Lord is satisfied with whatever we offer. Okay, so what is the practical takeaway of this today's topic? We will see how Krishna consciousness is joyfully executed. So we saw that, no? Krishna says it's susugam kartum avayam. So how a devotee's life revolves. No? What are the activities of a pure devotee, or not a pure devotee, a practicing devotee? So what is that we see in Krishna consciousness? So we can observe that. So if typically a devotee's day in Krishna consciousness, he starts with like he wakes up early, right, and if possible in Brahma Muhurta, or as early as possible, based on his practical situation. And he starts with the chanting of the holy name every day morning. He chants the holy name of the Lord, right, and then so it depends on the seriousness. So if the devotees are very serious, right, so then Srila Prabhupada is expecting us to chant 16 rounds every day. So one round of Hare Krishna mantra is 108 times. No, we have a chanting beat which has 108 beats. So one round we chant like that 16 rounds. So this is what actually the Srila Prabhupada is expecting as a captain of the boat which is heading towards Goloka. He has made concession. So earlier, previous acharyas expected us to chant 64 rounds, right? But Prabhupada has given us concession because actually he's clear, dear to the Lord. Lord actually has accepted his proposal. So 16 round minimum is expected actually. But then at least we can start with one round, right? If you're not chanting, whatever is possible. So this is how devotees start. Then he perform the arati of the Lord. No, he have a small altar at home, or he goes to the temple and attend Mangala Arati. So this is known as Sri Murti Seva, right? And the first chanting of the holy name is Nama Kirtana. Then here's Krishna Katha, right? Here's Srimad Bhagavatam class. Typically, Bhagavatam class happens every temple of ISKCON. Or if it is not possible, go to the temple, he'll attend online class, or somehow or other he hears the Srimad Bhagavatam. So this is Bhagavad Shravana. Then everything actually eats, he offers to the Lord and eat only as prasadam. So devotees actually has a lot of wonderful opportunity, when in the temple. So the temple actually prepare delicious prasadam, right? Many times they prepare feast. Every Sunday there is feast, or every so many festivals are there. So all these festivals, there will be various items which are prepared. Sometimes, chapan book is offered to the Lord, 56 items like minimum. So this way the devotee doesn't lose anything. No? So normal people go to hotel and eat so many things, and then they spoil their health, right? But in here actually devotees get very sattvic food, which is very delicious, so many feasting items. So this way the devotee actually gets opportunity to eat so much prasadam, right, and which purifies the consciousness also. Then they joyfully sing and dance in kirtan in front of the Lord for the Lord's pleasure, right? So this also gives a lot of happiness, right? So that's why we see when we go to temple and see devotees, they are always happy, right? They're always smiling, right? Then there is various opportunity for association. So typically everybody want a social life, right? So-called social life, night life, so many things, right? But actually devotees get a very sattvic association of sattvic social life. So because when you go to temple or when we go to a center, there are always a network of devotees. So many devotees comes together, very regularly, right? That they exchange loving exchanges between devotees, exchanging gifts. They invite each other to their homes for prasadam, right? So this way the devotees doesn't lose anything. So this is sadhu sangha. Then devotees are sincere well-wishers. So it is not like materialistic people always see. If they want to help you, they always see what they will get in return, right? But devotees are not like that. They are sincere well-wishers. They will sincerely try to help you in all your difficulties, right? And devotees goes for yatra, pilgrimage. Every year, like at least once or twice, temple actually takes devotees to yatra. So this is also an anga of bhakti called Mathura Vas. So there are actually five angas of bhakti. So that is Namakirtana, Sri Murti Seva, Bhagavad Shravana, Sadhu Sangha, and Mathuravas, which actually is covered here. So this way, what we see is that devotee actually doesn't lose anything when he takes up devotional life, right? But rather than that, he purifies his existence, and he actually can perform bhakti in a very happy mood, right? By by all whatever things I mentioned, right? I actually, he gets some test prasadam. I dance joyfully, can dance and sing in front of the Lord, right? Loving exchanges between devotees. So this way, the devotee actually doesn't lose anything, but at the same time, he makes slow progress, towards the ultimate destination. So with that, I think we come to the end of today's time. So if there are any questions, devotees can unmute and ask, or they can put it in the chat. Hare Krishna. No question, then I think we'll end here. So I'm sorry, actually, nowadays, no, the sessions are getting little extended. So if anybody has any concern, you can please let me know. Uh, because these topics today, like last few sessions, are very important topic actually. So somehow, it is getting extended. So the ideal expectation was to finish in 15 minutes and then 5 minutes for question and answer. But somehow nowadays it's getting delayed. So please bear with me. So yeah, thanks all for joining once again, and we'll end here. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. We'll meet again tomorrow. Thank you all for joining. Hare Krishna.